Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. So join me and Danny as I get started on a few things ahead of time for our Valentine supper. I'm going to start on our dessert. This is a lemon ricotta custard. And I've got 1 egg in my bowl. I need to measure out my ricotta. Then I'm going to mix my egg up real good. This is a simple thing to throw together for any kind of supper, or if you're going to have somebody over to eat or something. This is just great value ricotta. It's pretty good ricotta. I use it in lasagna and stuff like that. Need about half a cup. Remember, we're just making this for 2, so if you want to, you can double this recipe too. So half a cup of ricotta. We're going to add it to our egg. Then we got 1/4 cup of sugar. And a teaspoon of lemon zest. And I've got 2 ramekins that we're going to be baking this custard in. But you want to mix this up really good and make sure that you get it mixed and really smooth. You don't want it to be kind of lumpy or gritty or nothing like that. So if you want to, you can do this in a blender or something like that. In fact, I'm going to get my whisk and I'm going to whisk it up pretty good. Just a few ingredients, very simple, but very delicious. Okay, I got my whisk out and I whisk it up really, really good so it's good and smooth now. I buttered my ramekins. I got these ramekins at Walmart. The brand is Thyme Table. I think I'll put just a little bit more butter on them. Make sure that it doesn't stick. But I use a lot of Thyme Table products, and I've enjoyed anything that I've ever bought of that product. Thyme Table. I'm going to go ahead and butter these just a little bit more. That way they don't stick or anything. I've got my oven heated to 350. And I'm just going to separate these between the 2 ramekins. And I probably could have used a smaller ramekin for this recipe, but it'll work in this one too. It's going to be a really light, lemony dessert. You don't want a real heavy dessert for a Valentine supper, really. Or I don't think you do. So there we go. It's just about that simple. We'll get it in the oven. Let it bake for about 25 minutes or so. The middle is going to be just a little bit jiggly, but you just want to make sure that your custard's good and done. 25 to 30 minutes. So let's get it in the oven and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, here it is. All in its glory, isn't it pretty? And let me tell you something, it smells so good. I can't wait. Cannot wait to dig into this custard. Okay, let's get our easy, no rise yeast rolls together before we start our main meal. Now this is a very, very easy recipe, and I kind of messed with the recipe. It's the spoon rolls that I've got video on. They're in my recipe book, but I want it for 2, so I just kind of scaled it down a little bit. And I've got 1.5 or half a cup of warm water, and I put a teaspoon of yeast in it. Now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. So that was a half a cup of warm water, a teaspoon of yeast. I put just a little bit of sugar in there to feed the yeast. Added my 1.5 cups of flour. We're going to put 1 egg. And your dough is going to be a little loose, but it makes really good, tender yeast rolls. And you can whip these up and get them in the oven really quick. And you can make this ahead of time and put it in the refrigerator too. I'm going to add some melted butter. About 2 or 3 tablespoons. But if you want to do this ahead of time and, to cook the next day, you can do that and just put it in the refrigerator. It'll be fine. And if you want to, you can add you a little bit more sugar to it to make it a little sweeter hot roll. Or you can even add you just a little bit of honey to it. But that's the consistency that you need. And I'll make sure that these recipes are down in the description box below. I'm using 1/4 cup dipper. And this should make 6. Now we won't eat 6 at a time, but there'll be a few left over that we can eat the next day. You can eat for breakfast if you want to. But this is some of the easiest, quickest yeast rolls you'll ever make. And when I make a big batch, my regular recipe, like I said, I've got a video, and it's also in my cookbook. I think it's in my first cookbook. I make it up the day ahead and stick it in the refrigerator. Then I bake my rolls the next day. And anybody that's ever ate them or made them said they absolutely loved them. It's just an easier, quicker yeast hot rolls that you don't have to let rise. So these are going into a 350 oven to golden brown. I'm not one to get too fancy. I don't ever put candles out or on the dining room table to make it a little more, romantic. But you know what? Once a year, twice a year, it's kind of fun, and it just makes it a little special. I don't have a lot of Valentine decor or anything like that, but I can find things just around the house to make my table setting for our Valentine supper a little more special. Besides that, these old tablecloths need a good washing anyways. So I'm going to take these in the washroom, and I'm going to find me a pretty red tablecloth, or at least something with red in it, to cover the top of this old table. I didn't have anything round for my round table that had red in it. And when I think of Valentine, I think of the color red. But this one will do just fine. Needed to be ironed, but that's okay. We ain't too worried about a few wrinkles. But sometimes you just have to make a special day every once in a while. And just looking around your house, you can find just a few things. Change your table setting up. Make it just a little prettier, a little bit more romantic, maybe. Do we ever think about that much? No. We just go through our everyday life trying to survive and, you know, make our homes a happy place for our family and our spouses. Do we ever take the time much to make things just a little more special? I'm going to be using 2 old plates that I got at a flea market. No, I take that back. These were gifted to me from a beautiful subscriber. Sent me these plates, and it's got some red flowers around the edging. And my little napkins, linen napkins, I got them at a flea market. And they've got little roses on the end. So just make it simple. My little red tulips, a couple of candles, and a couple of wine glasses that we never use. We'll see what Mr. Brown comes up with to put in our wine glasses. I bet it'll be special. We're going to be doing Valentine supper for 2. It's just going to be us 2. And that's what Valentine's is about, isn't it? Sweethearts, right?
Yes.
With all the
You're definitely my sweetheart.
With all the commercialism out there, you'd think it was about something else, but really and truly Valentine's that's a whole story by itself. But anyways, we're going to make us just a light, simple Valentine dinner for 2 that I think y'all are going to enjoy. I hope you enjoy it because it's not going to have fried potatoes, mashed potatoes. It ain't going to have cornbread or biscuits or white gravy.
Well, doggone.
But I know that sometimes you like meals like this too.
I do.
Because you're like me, you like your veggies just like I do.
I like vegetables. I like different tastes, different flavors.
I know, and I do too. So what we got here is we've got just one small pork loin. I mean, it's just me and him, so we didn't need anything any bigger than that. And we're just going to make a dry rub for it. I need a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'll put all this down in my information box below of the recipes and the dry rub and all that. I need 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I always use roasted garlic powder is what I buy from Amazon. So that's 1 teaspoon of that. You want to add more, aren't you? I don't know why we don't eat more pork tenderloin because we really do. We really do like it, don't we?
Yeah, I do.
And it's really,
if you keep them,
it's less expensive than beef. You know what I'm saying?
You keep them moist and not let them get too dry. They're real good.
That is thyme. I need a half a teaspoon of thyme.
I might put my glasses on.
I thought about that too. I think I put more than half a teaspoon. That's okay.
Paprika?
We got paprika. Now, the recipe calls for sweet paprika, but you can use a smoked if you want to. And that's a whole teaspoon of your paprika, sweet or smoked. Let's see, I need
salt, pepper.
Yeah. Right here, just put what you think we need, because I need to grab some rosemary.
Well, being I don't have my glasses on and my hands are clean.
Your hands are very clean. He just got out of the shower and he smells really good, y'all.
Don't hurt to have plenty of salt on pork. And pepper.
Yeah, that's pepper right there.
I'm gonna put it in my hand so I can see.
I need to go get your glasses.
I don't know. Maybe not.
That looks good.
Pepper.
And then we need a little bit of rosemary. So I'm gonna put, this is my rosemary out of my garden. I'm just gonna put half a teaspoon of rosemary.
Is that sea salt there?
That is. That's a good sea salt. Not sea salt. Sorry, mineral salt. That's a Himalayan. It's got all its minerals.
I put quite a bit in there. We'll put just a pinch of this in there.
Right here. I'm just gonna stir this up good for you, and then I'm gonna. That onion powder was kind of clumpy. Then I'm gonna let you rub it down, and then I'm gonna go over there and start your skillet. Let it be warming up, because what do you want to do with a pork tenderloin? And this ain't nothing fancy, y'all, but the simple to me is so good, because not only is it going to have a dry rub, it's also going to have a sauce that you're going to put over it before you stick it in the oven to finish cooking it. But what you want to do is you always, that's rosemary out of the garden. What you want to do
like rosemary.
Is you always want to first brown your pork tenderloin on each side. Don't cook it all the way through. Just kind of brown it on each side. And that seals in the juices and just makes it taste really good. I'm just going to turn this on about, that's too high, about medium low. And if y'all see that there's a spoon roll missing, it's because we ate one. It was hard not to do it. Now I'm going to make the sauce that's going to go over this pork tenderloin before we stick it in the oven. It's pretty simple, y'all. It's just 2 tablespoons of orange juice. And I had some oranges in the refrigerator. Then you need a couple of tablespoons of some kind of oil, either olive oil. I use avocado oil for everything anymore, but I do use olive oil too. Then you need some soy sauce. This is a low sodium soy sauce. And you need about 3 tablespoons. Now there will be some of this sauce left over, and you can kind of heat it up. So after your pork loin is done, you can go ahead and drizzle the rest of the sauce over that meat. You got enough dry rub?
It's going to be just about right.
Good. They knew what they was doing.
And I'm rubbing it in. Massaging it in pretty good. We want it to stick to it.
Let's see. I need a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Mustard, any kind of mustard and pork is always good together. And that is our sauce. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut you up just a little bit of shallots to put in this sauce. You could put some more minced garlic if you wanted to. But it's Valentine's supper. Do we need garlic and bread?
Yes.
Or do
Of course we do.
Okay. Anyways, that's our sauce. So that comes later.
We got some garlic in this rub too.
Yeah, we do. So we'll take our tenderloin over there, and I'm going to let you brown it on all sides. And I'm going to check. I've got my roasted vegetables in the oven. I'm going to check those. Okay, for our side, we're going to have roasted vegetables. And I'm going to use what I've got already. And I had some Brussel sprouts. And this is probably about, probably half a pound of Brussels sprouts is what I'll use. There's a pound here. So I'm just going to cut the ends off, take the outer leaves off, and then I'll wash them good. We love Brussels sprouts when they're roasted up. Danny calls them baby cabbages. But they're just always so good roasted up with other vegetables with them. Now I've got about 3/4 of a pound of diced up butternut squash. And this is some that I had frozen in the refrigerator. You can use fresh butternut squash that you've peeled and cut up. And we're just going to put our Brussels sprouts with them. If there's any other vegetable you want to add to that, you can do that too. But the butternut squash it's just sweet enough to give it all a really good taste. I'm just going to salt and pepper it real good. I'm not going to put just a lot of seasoning on it. And we're going to put 1 to 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And I've got some balsamic vinegar here. This one is black currant from Olive Tap. And I've got a fig balsamic vinegar from Olive Tap. And I've got just plain balsamic vinegar. So whichever you want to use. Do you have different fruited balsamic vinegars? They are so delicious. And this from Olive Tap are so good. You just go to Olive Tap online and you can order any kind of balsamic vinegar that you like. We really enjoy the fig and the black currant. So just mix this up really good. Mix your garlic, your minced garlic in there, and your salt and pepper. Try to get all your veggies covered with your seasoning. And my oven is preheating to 425. I'm going to add just a little bit more garlic. And I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. And that's all there is to it. Stick this in the oven, and I'll check it in about 30 minutes.
So we put just a cast iron skillet. We put just a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of it. And it's on about a medium heat. You don't want to get it too hot. Got a sizzle to it. All we're going to do is seal in the flavor and seal in some juices. And I'm kicking the rug down here, making the camera move around. And what I'll probably do is I'll do both sides, and I also will do this the side, the very side of it. I'll try to brown it all over, try to make sure we lock the juices in. I moved that camera around pretty hard. You might want to look at it here.
It's still on you.
Is it?
I hope they heard you.
My bare foot got hung in that rug, shaked it around.
I stirred the veggies, and I think we're going to end up putting that fourth one in something smaller so I can get it in the oven with the veggies.
Now I'm going to take this lawn and I'm going to set it up on the side. Let it brown on the side. Like I say, we're just trying to lock some juices in. Our snow today, a lot of it, which we had about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches of sleet. And it's been very slow about leaving. And it got around 60 degrees today, and we had a wind, and A lot of it left today.
If you like that from corner to corner, will it fit in that?
Yeah, they will.
You know, we never was one to. It's not that we don't think about Valentine's Day, but we're just not ones that really celebrated it much. We never went out because, you know, anytime there was any kind of special day or something, we always spent it with our kids. So it just wasn't something that we done a lot was to go out and eat for Valentine's. I think we done it one time, once, twice.
When we were younger, we might have done it one time.
And it's not that we don't want to. We just, I guess, would rather eat at home. I don't know. And the thing of it is, if you go out on Valentine's Day, you talk about a crowd at every restaurant.
Yeah, and you just about got to make reservations probably.
And here it's quiet.
We're not too much in the fruit.
Easy recipes. Didn't cost us much money. We can get our bellies full, then we can sit in the easy chair. But I always told Danny too, I said, don't go spend money on flowers for me. Because it's just as much as y'all know I love flowers.
Got one in here. I want to get
A lot of money.
Fold it under. I want to go ahead and get it brown. She's looking good.
Boy, it smells good.
Doesn't it smell good though? I'm going to do just a little more on that side right there. About ready.
So, cooking a pork tenderloin, you sure don't want to overcook it. So once you just brown it on each side real good. I cook mine about 400, 425 for about 15 minutes. Then I'll check the internal temp, because you want it about 145. And if it's not there yet, I'll cover it up with some foil and continue to cook it about 10 or 15 more minutes. So in total, that's, you know, that size of a pork tenderloin shouldn't take much more than 30 minutes in the oven.
Isn't that pretty?
That is. It looks good. Okay, he's got that tenderloin brown looking good. Smells wonderful in here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this glaze on here before we stick it in the oven. And my oven right now is at 425 because I've got them vegetables in there still roasting and they're not done yet. And I got to looking at my sauce. I thought something right here is because I forgot to put my honey in there. And you need about 1/4 of a cup of honey. Of runny honey. And I also did not put any salt and pepper in there. Which we've already put salt on the pork tenderloin anyways. Man, it smells good in here. All these different smells.
Got enough honey?
Yeah. You know that honey would be good on these spoon rolls too.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started there.
Well, you know what? We're not going to eat all these tonight, and you can have a couple in the morning with some honey. So I've got that stirred up pretty good. And I'm just going to baste this pork tenderloin with this. You know, there's so many good recipes out there for a pork tenderloin. so many different ones, and we absolutely love pork tenderloin, and we even like we've got an older video cooking a pork tenderloin that we put fig jam. Remember that?
Oh yeah, delicious.
Delicious.
You want me to flip that or not?
Yeah.
Put a bit on the bottom side.
Yeah. And then I'll save the rest of it to pour over it when it's done.
This is the flatter side of it. I think I'll flip it back over when you get done. You think about that?
Be good. You know what I'm excited about? Not only the pork tenderloin, the whole supper, but the dessert I made. It's going to be delicious. Okay.
We'll put that back over. And lay on that flatter side.
And I'm going to put just a little bit more, but I'm going to save some of this. Okay. So we got our glaze on there. I'm going to stick it in this oven with the vegetables that are roasting. And I'm going to put my timer on for 15 minutes, and I'm going to check the internal temp of it. Smells really good.
Oh, we got them little cabbages in there.
Got them baby cabbages in there. Now, if you wanted to at this point, once you get them out, you can add you some dried cranberries, some, chopped up pecan walnuts or something like that. You could even put some feta cheese in there, but we're not going to go there this time. We're just keeping it pretty simple. And when you're roasting your veggies like this, stuff like your Brussel sprouts and different vegetables are going to have a little bit of bite to them. They're not going to be just, But I've got some of this fig balsamic vinegar, and that's what we're going to pour just a little bit. Just drizzle a little bit over it. You don't want too much. And just kind of mix that up. And I'm going to stick this over by the wood cook stove to keep it warm while the pork tenderloin is cooking.
I'll take it over there.
You want to take it for me?
Maybe it's hot.
It's very hot. Don't burn your hand.
Very, very hot.
Yeah.
I got one under here if I can just get a hold of it.
I got to tell y'all something that happened today. My youngest grandson, Bo, he's the one that with the heart condition. He stayed with us a little bit today. So his mama had to go to work for a few hours, and he knows that wood cook stove's hot because he has a wood stove at his own house, and he'll tell you, even as young as he is, that it's hot, and he'll point it and he'll tell you that it's hot. Well, bless his heart, he knows how hot this one is. And he walked over here to the front of it, and he looked at me, and he said hot. When he did, he took that little fat finger and hand of his and touched the side of that wood cook stove and said hot. Oh my goodness. You talk about squealing now. It scalded his little hand. No, I mean, he just barely touched it too. But we did take care of it, and it's fine. But let me tell you something.
We probably won't be doing that no more.
I hope not, because that broke my heart.
Well, he was just going to tell you it was hot. He was pointing at it. He just reached too far.
Yeah, and he touched that thing.
And he touched it, and it was instant burn.
So, okay, I'm going to clean up some of this stuff. And as soon as the timer goes off, we'll check the temp on it.
About 8 more minutes.
You look pretty snazzy in that chicken and rooster apron.
Well,
you know, our friend that made all these aprons for us, I mean, there's all kinds of different ones. And she always made sure that, you know, yours had a good pocket in the front.
Good pocket.
And she done that where you don't have to tie it around your neck. She done a good job, didn't she?
It's a very good job. Bless her heart.
She made us, I don't know how many aprons she's made us. Probably 20, 25. I don't know. But there's a bunch of them.
A bunch of them.
We've got all kinds of aprons.
So many of our viewers have been so kind to us.
I think I'm gonna, since there's orange juice in the,
That's that pulp I'm seeing in here.
a little bit of pulp in it, that'll make it good.
Yep, sure enough.
So how many Valentines have we been together?
Well, around 40. Well, I'd say close to 48. Because we met in the summer of 78. So it would have been 79 when we spent our first Valentine together.
Probably.
Because we really didn't get hooked up till you started the school in the fall.
Yeah.
After the summer.
Well, you know, back then we didn't start school till September. We didn't start 1st of August like they do now.
Oh, thank goodness. It was one time it was after Labor Day.
Yeah.
And
well, because it was a rural school and kids helped their parents on the farm. And so you didn't really start school till after the harvest was pretty much over and done with.
Well, a lot of it had started. Back in the old days, they used to let them later on, if you had a later harvest, they would let them out. They'd shut school down for a few weeks and everything.
Yeah.
But then, you know, at Labor Day, now they start, I think it was like 14th or 15th of August this year. It's so hot.
It is.
So hot.
The little babies on them school buses in August. And y'all, I'm talking about some of them are 3 years old that's getting on them school buses. 3.
I've done that for 15 and a half years, and it always bothered me for that small a child that had to crawl up the steps. Basically, crawl up the steps to get on a bus. And this is just my opinion, but that's a little bit small to be on the bus with a bunch of older kids. But
it really is, for sure. Well, you know,
even though I looked after them best I could.
Yeah, you do. You're driving down the road trying to, get them home safely, but then you got little 3-year-olds that don't have to have a seatbelt on. They're just jumping all over the place. I mean,
you have to really, of course, bus drivers are required to check their bus after they unload and everything anyway. But you had to really pay attention because them little fellas would fall asleep and be laying in a seat asleep. Little fellas, little girls. I had a couple of them sitting behind me one time. A little bitty one and her sister, and her older sister fell asleep. And everybody got off the bus and they're sitting right behind me. So I drive on down to the bus shop and I get up, you always go check your bus before you leave it. And I just stood up and turned around and there's that little bitty girl and her sister still asleep in the seat. And that little girl, she is so tiny, she wasn't gonna say a word. She just sitting there just being quiet. But That's why it's so important to check your buses, because you could have. I've had even older siblings get off the bus and leave their younger sibling on there. So
they don't.
oh, they're not. They're just
They're not worried
talking,
about
yakking,
it.
and
Probably on their phones and everything.
some are, but they stopped the phone thing, and that's good. They're not allowed to have phones at school during the day, so I agree with that 100%.
I guess I guess it was probably one of our second. I don't know if you call it a date, but we was going to a basketball game or something. So even after that, you were still my sweetheart. But even after him closing 4 of my fingers in a truck door,
That's our first date.
he was still I forgave him. He was still my sweetheart. Didn't matter, I guess.
Y'all, we were piling in a little truck.
I mean, slam.
And she crawled in, and I reach up here and shut the door, and she had her hand on the outside. I mean, I shut it too, because we was all crowded trying to get in that truck. Well, you've never forgiven me for it.
I think I have. A few times I have, I think. I'm gonna put a little bit more salt on them roasted vegetables.
So we were double dating with another friend of mine at the time. So that was 4 of us getting in that truck. But one night, I didn't miss going over there very often. It didn't matter if the creeks were up and the snow or whatever.
No, you didn't.
And we had went out and it started snowing, and the same friend, and we'd made it back to her grandmother's house, grandpa's house, and a friend of mine was going to take his girlfriend on home, and we're sitting in there in the living room. It's still pretty early that night, wasn't it? Probably 9, 10 o'clock, because it was snowing. There's already probably 5 or 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, really, truly, y'all probably shouldn't have been there. Y'all should have been home.
That ain't no step for a stepper. Ain't no stepper for a hillbilly. But anyway, I didn't even have 4-wheel drive. But so he's taking her home, and we're sitting in there, and the lights just blink. I mean, just like the power's going off. They blink and they come back on. Well, it wasn't long. We didn't have cell phones then. A friend of mine called me. What he had done, he'd went down the hill, went across the creek, and the bridge was slick, and he got a little bit sideways on that bridge. Now this is on a gravel road, and he come out. He thought he was getting it straight. He got him on the other side, and it went sideways. Long story short, he hit a power pole, and that's what made the lights. So he had walked, because they didn't know wasn't a lot of people around. He'd walked in that snow to a house, and he called. I think he called maybe his dad, and then he called me and said, "Danny, can you come and take my girlfriend home?" So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up taking her home for him, and they ended up having to get I seem like I don't remember if they got a tow truck that night or not, or left that truck, got it off out of the road and left it there. But I think we ended up getting 7 or 8 inches of snow.
You reckon his daddy might have chewed on him just a little bit, or not?
Oh, probably not. Maybe not too bad.
I would.
We were hillbillies.
That made it better.
Well, just life. A little bit of snow, and didn't panic us none.
Well, that smells good.
Doesn't it though?
I think we're going to tin it and put it back in there for about maybe 10 more minutes or so.
What was it, 131?
Okay.
Oh, I need some aluminum foil.
I got some.
You got some?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I took his girlfriend home, and then I went ahead and skedaddled on home too shortly after.
Did you get in trouble?
No. But all my high school, except for my senior year, I had to be home by midnight. I mean, I had a curfew. And as we had kids, you understand that because you don't really sleep till your kids get home.
That's for sure. What do I do with that other? Oh, here it is. I keep throwing my handmade pot holders that y'all make for me and send me all the time. I just throw them around. Okay, put that on 10 minutes, Paul.
It's not bad to have curfew, is it?
No.
I didn't like it. But
I think there should always be a curfew.
But I understand it, and as I had my kids, I understand it even more. Of course, my daddy was gone a lot like I was a lot in our kids' home trying to make a living. And my dad worked on a towboat, so he was gone a month at a time. And I was basically, as my older siblings had moved off, I was responsible for everything around the farm. And so I know it done Mom good for me to get in that door, especially if it's got 7 or 8 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's fixing to be done here just any time. And I'm getting hungry. How about you?
I am getting ready. So the question of the night is, which wine? No, I'm not serious. We don't drink wine. But this is Welch's sparkling grape juice. Or
strawberry.
That's strawberry, sorry. And this is apple.
Apple, does it say apple crisp on it? What does it say?
It says, yep, crisp apple.
Crisp apple.
Sparkling crisp apple.
So which one do y'all think would be best with the Tenderloin? The crisp apple?
I don't know. I think I'm with either one.
Or the sparkling strawberry?
Leave it in the comments below.
We'll surprise you here in a minute.
Our pork lawn has gotten up to at least 145, and we're gonna let it rest. Everything rests and settle in for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're gonna be slicing her up.
Okay, our Valentine supper is done. The house smells amazing, and I can't tell you how much I'm really impressed with this tenderloin. It's absolutely tender and juicy, and that sauce is so good that Mr. Brown just poured over the top. So,
Yum.
we've got
Very simple.
our easy spoon rolls for 2. We got a wonderful little citrus herb tenderloin here. We've got our lemon ricotta custard. And we've got our roasted veggies. And of course our extra sauce because it's really good.
Yeah, I'll be using quite a bit of that.
It's just a good, light Valentine supper that's going to be delicious.
What a wonderful meal.
I'm ready to chow down.
Isn't it nice looking though?
Good choice, Mr. Brown.
That's gonna go good with pork, isn't it?
So,
I guess I can propose a toast, can't I?
yeah.
Okay. So what if I get emotional? To all the good times and the hard times, and for helping make my life complete.
Well, thank you. I hope we have very many more Valentine dinners.
Very many more. That's good.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
That's pretty good stuff.
So we're going to get to taste this good food. The veggies are good.
They are.
The flavor in that pork is delicious.
That butternut squash with the pork is really good. Combination there.
A nice.
I gotta tell y'all 2 things. Mr. Brown said, "Do we need to dress up?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, it's a Valentine dinner." I said, "The only time we really dress up is to go to church and a funeral. Every once in a while, we might put a nice shirt on or something, but," I said, "No, we're not going to dress up tonight. Ain't nobody looking at us, but probably a few thousand people."
50,000 people.
But they know. And then I said, "Mr. Brown, be careful and don't hit the table and knock the candles over and start a fire."
That'd be a Valentine to remember, wouldn't it? We've got the front door open. It's warm today compared to lately. There ain't no frogs hollering out there though.
Oh no.
But it's plenty warm. We still have a little bit of heat in the stove, so the front door is wide open.
This is absolutely delicious. And you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
Before we let these fine people go, I'm going to taste our lemon ricotta custard here. So I can tell them it's smooth, creamy.
Is that good?
That's really good. And what I like about it too is it's light. It's not going to be heavy on us after eating this meal.
I really like this strawberry.
It is pretty good, isn't it?
Strawberry drink with that.
We'll have to try the crisp apple too.
With the pork.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit goes good with pork.
So since we've done this Valentine supper ahead of time, are you going to take me out for Valentine? Just joking.
Don't tell them what we'll be doing on Valentine's Day.
Babysitting. Which is fine with me.
We hope that all the people that had so much damage from the ice storms, we're hoping that you're getting your power back on. And I know some linemen that got hurt. We pray for them. Be kind to your linemen. They're doing the best that they can do with the best possible resources they have. So when you have that big a problem across the country, it's supplies can be a problem. So have patience and give them time to get their work done. We're so blessed to have this wonderful meal tonight. Good Lord's blessed us all of our life. We're so thankful for His blessings and the love He has for us.
Amen.
And we're thankful for all these people that want to watch us eat Valentine's dinner. Bless your heart to watch these hillbillies eat.
Wish we could share it with them.
I know there's several that would like to be here with us.
Pork tenderloin is not that expensive, really. And a lot of times you can find it on sale, but like I said, it's a lot cheaper than beef.
This one here turned out really good.
So it's not something you wouldn't be able to afford. And the butternut squash, all you need is just a small one. This was frozen in the freezer. A lot of y'all probably put some up in the freezer, and then some Brussel sprouts. And you can even add some feta cheese or, anything like that to it. But the combination of all this is really good. And our little custard here, it's really good, y'all.